He says he paid back everything, all 9,000 crores.
I'm probably the only chore who's been called chore after repaying 2.5 times.
But is that true? Because if it's true, why are thousands of employees still unpaid? Why is India still fighting his extradition?
Vijay Mallya's extradition trial is set to begin shortly.
And why is Vijay Mallya still living freely in London? If Vijay Mallya is telling the truth, then this should be one of the greatest financial recoveries in Indian history. But almost a decade has passed since he left India. Since then, governments have changed, banks have written off losses, new laws have been passed, and yet one question remains unanswered. Did India really get its money back? To answer that, let's rewind to where it all began, before the king of good times became a cautionary tale. Vijay Mallya, born on December 18, 1955 into one of India's most respected business families. His father, Vijay Mallya, who built United Breweries, was known as a disciplined industrialist. Young Vijay studied in Calcutta and then went to USA for his MBA. But unlike most privileged heirs, he returned with something dangerous: ambition that matched his inheritance. In 1983, he was just 28 years old when his father died suddenly. He inherited the United Breweries group, an empire built over decades. Playboy heir, he'll destroy it in 5 years, said the business community. And they couldn't have been more wrong. Within his first year, he fired his own mother, Lalita Ramaya, from the board to consolidate control. And that moment made one thing clear: Vijay Mallya wasn't just a playboy. He was a predator determined to dominate. Vijay Mallya's first decade was marked by bold expansion. In 1991, as India liberalized its economy, he launched Kingfisher premium beer. The timing couldn't have been better. By 2005, according to Euromonitor, Kingfisher was sold in over 52 countries and controlled nearly 50% of India's beer market. But beer was just the beginning. Over the next several years, he systematically acquired McDowell and Company, Phipson's distilleries, Herbertsons, folding them into what became United Spirits Limited by 2006. By 2012, United Spirits controlled 56% of India's spirits market, selling over 130 million cases annually. On paper, it was one of the most dominant consumer businesses in the country. But the ultimate validation came in 2013. Diageo, the global giant behind Johnnie Walker, Smirnoff and Guinness, paid 11,166 crores for a majority stake in United Spirits. According to Economic Times, it was one of India's largest consumer goods acquisitions at the time. Vijay Mallya's liquor business had attracted foreign capital. But there was a slight problem. Liquor, however dominant, is a controlled business. It is regulated and restricted, and one can't advertise freely. If Vijay Mallya had to build a lifestyle empire, he had to build something louder. He did not just want to be rich, he wanted to be seen. And that's when he decided he wanted to be India's very own Richard Branson. Going back to May 9, 2005, Kingfisher Airlines' inaugural flight takes off. Red interiors, premium meals, in-flight entertainment, free alcohol. It positioned itself as a luxury airline in a price-sensitive market. According to Business Standard, Kingfisher's operating costs were 25 to 30% higher than competitors, but the airline quickly became a brand statement. Mallya expanded into Formula One, acquiring the Force India F1 team in 2008. He sponsored high-profile events, hosted lavish gatherings. India Today reported that his 2005 birthday celebration in Goa cost 50 crores, with international performers and 300 guests flown in on chartered planes. The image he was building was clear: bold, glamorous, and larger than life. But behind all the lavish branding, the balance sheet was deteriorating. By 2008, Kingfisher Airlines was reporting annual losses of around 1,000 crores. By 2011-12, accumulated losses had reached 7,057 crores according to financial statements. In 2007, Mallya acquired Air Deccan for 550 crores, attempting to operate both a premium and a low-cost airline simultaneously. Industry analysts warned this was suicide, and rightly so, because by 2010, the strain became visible. By 2011, Reuters reported that employees were owed over 300 crores in unpaid salaries. Fuel suppliers halted deliveries. Airports threatened grounding. The operational crisis was no longer internal. It became public. But Vijay Mallya, he kept throwing lavish parties, kept flying private, kept living the dream as his airline died. On October 28, 2012, the DGCA permanently suspended Kingfisher Airlines' license. An airline that once operated over 400 flights a day was grounded forever. According to the 2016 Comptroller and Auditor General report, Kingfisher owed 9,091.6 crores to 17 banks led by the State Bank of India. Public sector money was now stuck in a failed private venture. Between 2009 and 2013, while the airline was collapsing, the CBI's 2017 charge sheet alleged that 430 crores of loan money was siphoned off to buy luxury properties across the world, including the Cornwall Terrace mansion in London. These allegations would later become part of the criminal proceedings that followed. On March 2, 2016, Vijay Mallya fled India. No press conference, no goodbyes, just gone. According to Indian Express, Mallya fled days before being summoned by the CBI. What followed was a prolonged legal battle. In December 2018, the Westminster Magistrates Court ruled that he should be extradited to India to face fraud charges. Judge Emma Arbuthnot cited evidence of dishonesty and conspiracy, but Mallya appealed the hearing. As of 2026, he still remains at large while the legal processes continue. But behind all the monetary costs, there was a dreadful human cost. Over 7,000 Kingfisher employees lost their jobs, many with months of unpaid salaries, many who couldn't pay school fees, and a lot of them facing severe mental health issues. To this day, employees are pursuing legal remedies to recover dues. At the same time, the Enforcement Directorate's 2019 inventory detailed seized assets, including a Bangalore villa worth 85 crores with a swimming pool shaped like India, a private cinema, a yacht, an infamous gold toilet seat with 1.3 crores worth of artworks by M.F. Hussain and Raja Ravi Verma, luxury watches and other high-value items. The asset recovery efforts would continue for years. The fallout was not just limited to aviation. The Royal Challengers Bangalore IPL team, owned between 2008 and 2016, was forced into sale after financial troubles escalated, according to ESPN Cricinfo. Force India F1 entered administration in July 2018 over unpaid debt per Autosport and was later acquired by Lawrence Stroll. Even though the Kingfisher brand took a hit, Nielsen data showed perception scores dropped 18 points between 2012 and 2018, though the beer remained commercially strong. In May 2020, the UK High Court had dismissed Mallya's final appeal against extradition, although physical extradition had not taken place. According to BBC reports, confidential legal grounds had delayed the removal. Meanwhile, the Enforcement Directorate reported in 2024 that approximately 14,000 crores had been recovered through asset sales and transferred to banks, still far short of what's owed with interest. There was also a political dimension to this. According to the Indian Express, Mallya served as a Rajya Sabha MP between 2002 and 2010. According to the 2016 Parliamentary Standing Committee report, banks continued extending loans despite warning signs. State Bank of India's annual report of 2013 reported a 1,600 crore loss due to exposure to the airline. This was not just about one businessman. It raised questions about credit discipline within the banking system. And not just that, even the legacy was questioned. Vijay Mallya, who built United Breweries over decades of stewardship, was considered a respected industrialist. Vijay did not just inherit the family business, but also the reputation that came along with it. And in a matter of 1 decade, he managed to make the name Mallya synonymous with fraud. His son Siddharth Mallya addressed the burden of that legacy in a 2021 interview. Reputation once lost affects more than just the balance sheet. Now that you think about it, other airline failures offer a contrast. Jet Airways collapsed in 2019 with significant debt exposure, and its founder faced investigation within India. He did not flee. Mallya now maintains a victim narrative that he is not a fugitive who refused to pay.
If you want to call me a fugitive, go ahead. But where's the chore coming from? Where is the choree?
In BBC interviews, he has stated that he offered to repay 13,900 crores in 2016, 100% of the principal. The government rejected the nature of the offer, citing that it was conditional and tied to him evading arrest, which was not possible with the then impending criminal charges. Under Diageo's leadership, United Spirits posted 1,347 crores in profit in FY23, suggesting the core liquor business remained viable. Mallya's case became a part of a broader shift in financial accountability. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016 and the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act of 2018 was built targeting people like him. According to the RBI's 2024 Financial Stability Report, India's gross NPA ratio declined significantly over the past decade. Post Mallya, India has successfully returned 12 economic offenders since 2016 versus just 3 in the previous decade, according to the Ministry of External Affairs data. Vijay Mallya came to represent a phase of post-liberalization India, where wealth was visible, flamboyant, and celebrated. But the mood shifted. By 2016, Pew Research found that 71% of Indians believed the system unfairly favored the wealthy. Oxfam's 2018 data showed the top 1% held 73% of India's wealth. The lifestyle once admired began to look like evidence of inequality. But beyond all this, the impact remains personal. Labor court cases remain active even in 2026, 14 years after the airline shut down. What makes the story endure isn't the parties. It's not the private jets or even the debt. It's the question it leaves behind. If 9,000 crores can vanish, be recovered, be disputed and even litigated for nearly a decade, who really pays the price? The banks, the taxpayers, the employees, or the man at the center of it all? Vijay Mallya once called himself the king of good times. History, however, may remember him differently. And whether he will answer those questions in an Indian courtroom, that remains unanswered. From selling pressure cookers door to door to building an empire worth 1.5 lakh crores, from hosting Bollywood's biggest stars to facing charges in Tihar jail, from owning an F1 team and global assets to owing investors thousands of crores. This is a story of ambition, illusion, empire, and the collapse. Can you guess who it is? Let us know in the comment section. Until then, follow, like, and subscribe for the next episode of Roots.